In the 1960s, a fluorescence method was developed at Lund University that made it possible to visualize the monoamines in the brain. Nowadays, we are several research teams working together and closely with the child and adolescent department, so we have the possibility to study patients at all ages. One unique thing is that we measure substances in the cerebrospinal fluid. And our strong tradition of epidemiological, preclinical and clinical studies that leads us to new intervention studies. At the Clinical Psychiatric Research Center, we combine high-quality examinations with research. We study the suicidal process. Professor Liv Benz, Associate Professor Lena Brundin and Dr. Daniel Lindqvist has from plasma and cerebrospinal fluid findings shown that neuroinflammation is associated with suicidality and depression. In another program, we offer patients with chronic depression pharmacological advices depending on pharmacogenetic results.
The Division of Psychiatry is responsible for most of the psychiatric care in Region Skåne. And through the Clinical Psychiatric Research Center, we integrate high-quality care with high-quality clinical research at the University of Lund. And we are not just delivering the best care for the patients today, we are also staying ahead for the development for the future.
We are currently running a study where we compare the antidepressant effect of ketamine with that of electroconvulsive therapy. In that study, which is a collaboration between Lund and a number of other sites in Sweden, we will enroll 200 patients, and the primary outcome in that study is basically remission rates, and the question we address is if ketamine is a future viable alternative in the clinic.
In epidemiology, you don't treat individual patients, but you do get to know a lot more about the pattern of disease, and you can plan for preventative measures. And you also get some cues about etiology, which is also very important. It's important to study the pattern of diseases in the community to get a cue about how common mental disorders are, for instance. And we found that during the lifespans, more than 40% of the population is affected by some kind of mental disorder. It has been very nice to work at the Department of Psychiatry at Lund University. I've done that for a very long time, and we have a very good tradition of research.
I meet and treat patients with severe aggressive behavior. Many of my patients suffer from a lack of collaboration between the social services and social institutions surrounding the patient. In a current project, we will try to detect and treat children at a very early age, and collaboration will be very central to this project. It's important to treat mental illness at an early age. Psychiatric disorders are sometimes called the chronic illnesses of the young. Unlike somatic illnesses, most psychiatric disorders have their highest prevalences and incidences in the early age. The potential benefits of treating and intervening early is huge. Lund University has a good reputation abroad, and this helps us to recruit scientific collaborators around the world. The facilities and the well-trained clinicians that we have in the region Skåne and at Lund University also helps us to conduct competitive research.
One new area in our research group is to focus not only on substance use disorders but also on pathological gambling. And for the very first time in our setting, we will be able to introduce this in a structured way into the clinical setting and to see patients with pathological gambling, to help them and to introduce them in a clinical research setting where we treat them and where we can learn more about that condition. And I'm very excited about the opportunity of Lund University to introduce that condition as well in a research setting. Lund University has been able to combine clinical work in the hospital setting with research in the clinical practice so that we can both treat patients and do research and learn more about their conditions and about their treatments. We've done that in drug use disorders, in a combined clinical academic setting, and we are now doing it also in the pathological gambling area.
My vision for the future is that our model of integrating psychiatric care with psychiatric research has become a role model, and that we are able to tap into new techniques regarding diagnostics, brain imaging and other techniques. And I think everyone will be winners. The patients, the scientists and the community, and not at least the students at Lund University.